In this clip, we're going to talk about printing your postcards online, designing and printing online. So if you have a project and you're thinking, I need to get this printed, where am I going to go? When you go online, there's a few things that you need to look at when you're comparing the different printers. And ideally what you do is start and say, this is the size I'm thinking about, but don't start working on your project until you found your printer. And so what you would do is go and find the printer and look at what sizes that they have available. Because what they're doing is printing in bulk. So they're running a large sheet where they're running many people's jobs at the same time. And so your job is just one of the jobs they're going to be running in that print run. So they have set sizes how they do everything. So what you want to do is look at the sizes they have available and work backwards from there. Design your project to fit into their sizes. And that way you'll get the best deal on your postcard printing. The other thing is, the next thing to think about is the paperweight. The standard paperweight is 12 point, and that's what generally most of the companies are going to offer you, is a 12 point. And that's a good size. It's a nice weight, and it will go through the mail. It's not too heavy, and it's definitely a postcard, but it's not too thin. So that's a good weight, is 12 point. The next thing is finish. They're going to offer you a gloss finish or an uncoated finish. And a gloss coating is very shiny. It's something like this, where you have a UV coating. And this is great if you're doing something where you want the flyer or your postcard to have it lasts longer. Like it won't get bent up as quickly because it has this coating to protect it. But if you're going to try and write on it, it makes it difficult. So if you want to try to write, if you're going to address your postcards or you want to make notes on them or they're anything like that, then you'd want to go with an uncoated stock. The next thing you're going to see when you look at online printers is they're going to have, they're going to say 4/4 versus 4/0 or 4/1. And what that means is that's 4 represents 4 colors, which is the 4 colors that are on a printing press, CMYK. So 4 means full color. So full color, 4/4 would be full color on the front and the back of the postcard, like this. This is 4/4. 4/1 is going to be a card like this, where you have full color on the front, but just black ink on the back. That's 4/1. And 4/0 is going to be where you have full color on the front and then nothing. It's just blank on the back. Now, the next thing that, after you've gone through the weight, the finish, the printing, the last thing is, what kind of finishing do you want? Are you going to want, and one thing that a lot of them offer is corner rounding, which is, this card has had the corners rounded. It's a nice touch sometimes if you just want to make things a little different. Maybe it goes with your image if you have more circular images, or if people are going to be holding it, the corner rounding is nice. But generally, it's not necessary, and it's just an extra thing, but that's what they'll talk about when you look at their ordering sites. And the last thing to think about is the turnaround, because you have 3 things. You're going to have your printing time that it takes to get the job printed. You're going to have the proofing time, because if you really require a proof, they'll either, sometimes they can send you a proof that you'll see as a PDF, but many times if it's a large job, you require a printed proof, they'll have to overnight you a printed proof. So it may take, from the time that you submit your files, it may take them a day or 2 to produce a proof that they would then overnight to you. You would approve or make changes on, and then overnight back to them. And then the other thing is, then you have your printing time, and then the very last thing is shipping time. So, you may look at these at many sites and they'll say 24-hour turnaround. Well, it depends on what part of that they're talking about. Generally, they can print in 24 hours, but it depends on if you need to see a proof and where you're shipping to. So you need to add those things onto your time frame when you're looking at the big picture. So those are the things to think about when you're printing a postcard online.